right, guys. I wanted to show you guys an issue that I've been having laying down um, floor planks. There's vinyl and laminate floor planks. A lot of videos just show um, what you need to do, as far as installation direction, what direction you need to come from into the house to give a better flow. Um, as you can see in a lot of the videos, it's usually just preference most times. Some people say use the light direction, however the light is coming into your house. And other people say just use the entrance, like that's my entrance, and just make them go in that direction. So, well, I already know what direction that I want to go. But one thing that's not being shown on the videos that I've been watching is where you need to start first laying this tiles or this planks. Well, I know I want to go this way because my door is right here, and I want to go this way into the kitchen. Or yeah, there's a hallway there, but that's the kitchen. I already know what direction I want to go to, but nobody is telling you or telling me how or what direction or what corner you need to start from. I think I just messed up this one. No, it's back in. Okay, let me show you an example. You see, I laid down this first plank here, and it went that way. My fingers are not ashy, that's dust. I'm gonna try to put some water in it and wash that out. But yeah, this is one of the issues that nobody's talking about. I'm gonna show you right now. Let me get a new plank. Okay. You see, after laying that first roll going down there, I started thinking by the way, I didn't say this, but this is vinyl. I laid, what do you call it? Laminate previously, and that was a disaster. Ended up finishing that job, but it was difficult as hell, and I found out why now. Okay, so after laying that first roll, I thought about using my half piece to start by the door. I cut, this side is cut, so I want it on the wall so nobody can see it. But when I put it in, I'm with that corner or the end that goes above this piece. It goes above this piece. So if you want to put it in, you would have to like bend to get it underneath. Believe it or not, it looks easy here, but that was difficult as hell. Going from this direction down there. And I was doing a, I think 13 by 8 office, and that was painful. So this time around, we're not gonna be doing this like this. That's gonna be super difficult. This planks, let me take this off and show you something. This plank, okay, you see my first one right there, right? That's a nail. This house is from 1918. So you see, this first row has this edge that goes underneath, and this edge goes above it, you know, the interlock system. So here, if I was to show you an example of how to lock this in, it will go something like this. Sorry, I'm doing it with one hand, so it's not gonna lock properly, but you get the idea. Let me show you on one side that's better, which is this side. See how that tries to lock by just going on top? See, it's at an angle and it just locks in. And if I use my tool, I could push it in. That way you can't even see that seam, that white line running through it. We can use my tool, this tool right here, to push it in. It has this groove. And I think for vinyl, you use this bottom one. Yeah, the bottom one. And you knock it from this side. Yeah, use the bottom one. Here, knock it in, right? So that's the idea, to be able to go on top and then just push down and then push it in and it locks in. Now, the reason why I wouldn't recommend doing it this way is because you have to go under here. I would recommend not installing from this corner. You should install from that corner, because you can just do something like this. Sorry, again, I'm doing this with one hand. You just put it on top and lock it down here. You see how easy that is? And then when you're using this groove system, I'm using, well, I bought this from I bought two because I wasn't sure which one was gonna work best. But you put the plank, you put this thing on the plank and you will use the first groove here. That's where the plank needs to be. And the reason why I recommend going on top, because you see how easy that was to put this in? You just put this right there and just put it down. I didn't have to do anything to make that seam like that. I just literally just put it in and it just locked down. But now you gotta deal with this this groove right here that it needs to go into, you know, or lock in. And with that, we're gonna use this tool. Now, this was really easy. If we're using this tool, it's gonna make that easy. But if you're coming from here, it's gonna be really hard to go underneath here and try to, you know, get this in here, because you're going underneath something. You're not just placing it on top. And that was that's one of the mistakes I did in my previous installation with laminate. This is vinyl. But that was really difficult. I couldn't find any video telling me what to do, but maybe I didn't search right. But a lot of the videos was telling me where I need to come from, which was from the door entrance. That's the entrance for this house. This house is really old. It's 1918. But, you know, even with the direction on how this should be laid, that wasn't really difficult for me because I have my original wood floors. I mean, you can see that it's going that direction. That's the door right there. And it was going that direction. Now, this floor cannot be reused because somebody patched that. And then they patched another section over there, which I cannot deal with. So, I mean, you can replace those and make it look like how it was in 1918, but I don't think I have the skills for that. I'd rather do this. and life will be easy. But yeah, don't focus on what direction you need to go so much. If you don't know how to get this straight, you know, the first row straight and how to lay the towel, um, you might be stuck for a little while thinking about it. And then you might just end up paying somebody to do it. But yeah, for this particular installation, yours might be different. That wasn't a good spot for me to start from just because I have this half piece. I had this half piece and I was like, oh, okay, this is the good side. So maybe I should start here. But again, here's what happened. I put this in so I could see what I had to deal with. And then I came here and then found out that I had to go under. And that's not very easy to do. You not only need to, you know, bring it a little bit further out, because look, you got that much space to take care of even after you put it in. So here, you put it in here underneath. So now you got to deal with that by pushing it from here with your tool. And once you finish doing that, because this plank is long, it's a really long run you have here. I don't even know how to explain it, but when you're pushing it in, that's a lot to try to get locked into the other towel, even though you only need to push it this much in. It's kind of painful to do it from here. I find it to be easier to just use this as a guide. You see, this is supposed to be underneath the towel that you locking in. So this this beige space out here goes around and comes this way. So this is how you need to lay the towel. You know, you could lock this in, you could lock this in, but I wouldn't recommend doing this. Do this first. That way you got all your towels going this direction. So let me move backwards so you can see. So that was my first row, second row coming from there, because again, you got this underneath the, this needs to go underneath the next plank that you're gonna be laying. So I'll go ahead and put this here and push it in rather than coming from over there, which will be going under. This will be going above. And even with me holding the plank with one hand like this and doing something like this, I was able to lock it in and remove like most of the seam, even without even using my tool. See? Oh, man, that was difficult to do. Holding this camera is not the easiest thing. But yeah, see that? I just put it in. I didn't even sweat it, you know. And all I got to do now is just tap it and that will close. But if you start from there, like I did my laminate floor, that's gonna be very difficult to do, because assuming this was locked in and everything was coming from this direction, this way. It's really difficult to go underneath each and every one of this each time doing that. Well, that went in easy. Okay, well, again, this is vinyl. It's a little different, you know, and it's kind of flimsy, you know. It's not cheap, but reason why I say it's not cheap, I say flimsy, but I didn't mean to make it cheap. This has padding underneath. Can't see it, but there's a foam under here that lets it, I guess, maybe sit better on the floor, and maybe prevents it from getting damaged so quick with weight on it. But yeah, lay your towels, even though you're coming in from this direction and you want to see it go in that direction, just make sure you check it and start installing your towels on top of this instead of going underneath from here. But I hope this helps. It was just a little difficult for me to find anything that could just make the process easy. I'll probably do another video to show you guys what all I had to buy to get this floor installed. I'll probably do another video once I'm done too. So this is a universal tapping block. You can use this for laminate and also vinyl planks. So if you see there, it says for resistant, for resilient vinyl tile and plank. And then I think above it says laminado or something. Yeah, that's Spanish, I think. Okay, yeah. Get you a hammer that's like soft. I have one, but it's not in this house. It's in another house, so I'm using that. I'm gonna wrap some duct tape around that to make it soft. But yeah, I'm coming in from there, going this way, and my planks are gonna be laid this way, so that when I'm coming in, I could just see a long line going that way. But nobody was saying anything about what corner you need to come from, you know. So I'm gonna start from there, and I'm gonna keep going this way each time, until I'm done. Okay, thanks, bye.